Hey guys. Let's see. Let's see who comes in. I'm a little late, so, and I just announced it on a whim. So let's see who comes in. Give it some time. Hi guys. Make sure you introduce yourself when you come in. Let me know what you're working on. If you have any questions. Gonna wait a few minutes. Wait a few minutes. Hello. Hi. You guys have any questions, just drop them down below and I will make sure to answer for you. So we can get started. Hello. What's going on? Is 4:30 a bad time? We normally have more people than this. Let's see. Hey, hope you're well. Thanks for coming. Of course, no problem. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the chat and I can answer your questions. Sorry. I can answer those questions for you. Well, if there are no questions today, did you design your Shopify yourself? Yes, I did. I have the free template, believe it or not. The Shopify was done by me. The ad agency that I hired though, they just went in and they redid all of my product descriptions though. So I did do my website, but my descriptions are not my own, so I cannot take credit for it. I had descriptions, but they told me that my descriptions were lacking, so they went in and they did my descriptions for me. But other than that, I still use the free Shopify template. I did not invest any money. I think I will change the template at some point. But I did my own photography and I did my own Shopify website. So I think one thing with Shopify websites though is what I'm noticing is if your stuff looks cohesive, it looks better on the page. So what I did notice here, let me show you. Is like, so if you have your products kind of like looking the same, it looks so much nicer. It looks neat. So what did I do? It was for my necklaces. Okay, so here, let me just show you. Turn the camera around. So this is what I recently did. I put all of my necklaces, I put all of my necklaces on the box. So you see how cohesive that looks? I need to go through and do that with the bracelets. I tried to do that with the rings. So you see how all the rings are in front of like packaging. That is one thing that I would say, but I did all of my photography and then I did my website myself. So just keep that in mind when you're designing your website. If you try to keep the product pictures as similar as possible, it just looks very nice, very clean. Jewelry looks better on white than it does on black, so keep that in mind. Like, have a nice white background. So yeah. Hello. All right, so I thought I saw another question come through. Let's see. Nice. And for the online credit card rates for Shopify charges, do you take it out of your profit or is the customer charged for it? And for the online credit card rates that Shopify charges, did you take it out of your profit or is the customer charged for it? No, you're charged for it. But I mean, you have to think about it. What does Shopify charge you? Like 3% of the product. So if a ring is $26, 10% is $2.60. So 3%. I don't know. I don't see it. Like, it's not really like that much. And then I told you guys on the last live not to short sell yourself. So Shopify does take its cut, but if you're not short selling yourself, you kind of don't really notice it. You know what I mean? When I first launched, I had one ring and it had 3 different sayings. And then, I was just like, thinking one day and I put on my Instagram stories. I was like, hey guys, I have these necklaces that I might sell. They were samples. I was like, I have these necklaces that I don't think I'm going to use right now, but they're great quality. I'm just not ready to use them. If you guys want necklaces, just let me know. I think I got like 12 DMs and I sold out of necklaces. I legit was chilling in bed and I just made an Instagram story. And I think at that point I sold like $400 worth of inventory in just like one afternoon, just by posting necklaces that I wasn't even ready to sell yet. So I started with 3 products. I did have necklaces that were samples that I had. I told my followers that if they wanted it, it was theirs. And I sold it for like really inexpensive. I think it was like $15. And I sold out of those very fast. And that's how I started selling necklaces, because I saw how fast chains were going. So I was like, I might be onto something. So then that's how I added chains to my brand. Yeah, no problem. Guys, introduce yourself when you come in, and if you have a question, just let me know. And then we will talk about Instagram ads, because I get so many questions about Instagram ads. I figured it out myself. I was doing well with Instagram ads by myself. But now I have an agency that works for me, and they do Instagram ads, and they took a completely different approach than what I did. Did you start a Facebook group to help prepare your launch? Did you do anything else for your launch? When I tell you guys, it's so figure outable. Like, if you really want to do this, you can figure it out. I get questions sometimes like, hey, Monique, what do you think about this? And I'm just like, guys, go with your gut. Like, your gut is not going to lead you, because I feel like you guys know, when it comes to choosing vendors, they're like, hey, my vendor doesn't do this. Should I move on? I'm like, well, if they don't do it, why do you think you should stay? So go with your gut. I didn't join any Facebook groups. I didn't take any courses. I Googled, and I knew what I liked. I knew what I buy. I knew what my sister likes. I knew what she buys. So that's kind of how I started. And then once you start to get momentum, you kind of figure out what your followers or your customers like, and then you buy based off of your following and your customers. So Oh, and how did I prepare for my launch? I didn't do anything. I just gave my family and my graphic designer my jewelry, and then they reposted it on their stories, and then I got followers and sales from their repost. So that's initially how I started. I did shortly after launch an Instagram ad, and that brought in more followers. And once people, so my biggest thing is to get people on my page. If you click on my page, I can try to make you stay. Like, that's my goal. Like, even if no one buys any, or even if they don't buy from me that day, if they follow me, I can kind of try to get you to like stick around and buy something. So I personally took the route of building a community. And then once you build a community, you build trust. And then when you build trust with people, they're like, I think I might give her a shot, right? And then so that's kind of my strategy to marketing is I let people in behind the scenes. So I have like 3,500 followers at this point, but I feel like all 3,500 followers are my friends. So if they're my friends, then they trust me and they build trust and they want me to succeed and they want to support and everything. And so that's how I've been able to do it. On the topic of launching, I have some products that I initially planned on starting with, but then I decided on, oops, it went away. But then I decided on an improvement to the product. Do I launch officially with the samples, then improve, or launch with the improvements, then sell samples? So it just depends. If you don't feel like the product is great quality or your best, I would hold off. I wouldn't even do it. But if you feel that it's great quality, it's just not what you envisioned, then you could probably sell it and then sell the version that you have in your head later. I would say perfectionism will stop a lot of people. But if the product has great quality, it's just not the design that you saw, then I would sell it. And I would also ask somebody that you trust what their opinion is, because I mean, I don't know what exactly you're selling. So I would get a second opinion from someone that you trust, like a friend or a family member. Because that's what I did, is I asked people who I trusted. And then I also asked them for other sayings, and having their input was good. But if it's a quality issue, I would not sell it, because then people are going to remember like, oh, that was really bad quality. I'm probably not going to go back there. But if it's a design thing that you thought you saw something different, then you could probably, try to sell it and see how it does. Because they might surprise you. People might like it. But if it's bad quality, I would not sell it. Okay. Hi, let's see. Okay. I'm sorry if I repeat the question. What type of ad do you use on Facebook Manager? Like for e-commerce, we got to do a goal to purchase. But do you do conversions or lead ads? Always do conversions. Do not do leads, because that will waste your ad money. But make sure the product that you have for the conversion actually does convert. If it does not convert on its own, like if you don't get sales, like just by posting on your page, don't put that product up. Always do the product that sells, that sells, that converts, because you'll just be wasting money. But leads are waste of money for jewelry. Always do conversion. And unless like your intent is to get followers, but like I would always do conversions. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for answering. The quality is good, but it's really the design. Yeah. So if it's just the design, you're probably like me. I'm a perfectionist sometimes, but people do buy stuff that in my mind I wasn't ready to sell. Like the chains, for example. So it might work. Just try it. Never hurts to try. All right, guys, if you have, okay, so I want to launch a product, but what stops me because it's not trademark? Girl, if you don't launch, Do not worry about a trademark. It's really hard to trademark jewelry anyway. I've tried it. I had to go another route. So do not let that stop you. Thanks. My biggest challenge is to figure out Facebook marketing. It is hard. I did well by myself, but I was reaching that cap, like reaching a cap by myself. So I had to have someone come in and do it for me. And I'm seeing what, like, cause I was just launching one ad, this agency. So I tell them what products that I want, and then they do ad sets. So basically people aren't seeing the same ad. It's on like rotation, like people are getting different ads. And so they're not like getting an ad burnout from me. So I've learned so much. But yeah, you guys also have to, before you even launch ads, make sure your items are selling. And then you can kind of, figure out, I'm no longer, yeah, kind of. Okay, so me testing ads versus an agency testing ads is completely different things. So me testing an ad, I would test out pictures and videos. I saw that videos do so much better. Let me see if I can actually get into my ads manager. Let's see. So yeah, test it out, but the testing that professionals do, they had 4 creatives in an ad set, and then now I can see which ones do better. Here, let me see. Hold on. Is one color more expensive than the other? Yeah, I'm saying do not do Facebook ads until you make like a couple of sales, because people are gonna tell you, so your followers, your buyers will tell you which products are popular and which ones to make an ad for. So hold on, let me see. So sorry, hold on guys, let's see. Is one color more expensive than the other? So what's the difference between buying gold and rose gold? The color is the difference. Is one color more expensive than the other? So a lot of vendors do 18 karat, and if you want 14 karat, they'll tell you that you need to buy like a minimum of 50 or buy a minimum of 100. So it could be more expensive if you didn't plan on buying 50 or 100. That's kind of how that goes. So yeah, are you saying don't buy? Yeah, so once you have a product that makes consistent sales on its own, you do that product in a Facebook ad. That's what I mean. Will you be doing international shipping to the UK? Would love to support your business. Yes, I have been shipping to the UK. It is $11 for shipping. I've been shipping to the UK, and I've been shipping to Canada. So that's exciting. It's just a little bit more, but I do ship to the UK. Let's see. I've been sitting on this product for months, stressing myself because of not having the money to pay for a trademark. It's actually the product name that is on the label that I've been so if it's the product name and you know if it's like popular, or you feel like it's going to be popular, then get a trademark. But that's not what should stop you from launching. So do not worry about that. Launch, guys. Like, once you start, you will figure everything out as you go. You'll kind of see what your customers like. You'll see what you need to buy next. Like, but a lot of people just stuck in this like planning phase, and they never get their business out the ground. But like, sometimes you're worried about the wrong stuff. So just launch, see what happens. Worry about your trademark once you get sales. I didn't even get my LLC until like last month, and I've been in business for now like a year, maybe 2 months ago. But I don't think it's wise to get an LLC until you know that you're profitable. Because if you're profitable, then if you're not profitable and you have an LLC, you just spent all that money to become a business, but you don't do any business. So get it off the ground, see if you can sustain it, and then spend the money on those kinds of things later. That's how I see. I would put that money into packaging, getting brand loyalty. Oh man, I did a whole course. I did a whole course for you guys, but I did not launch it because that girl stole my ideas. I was like, I'm not giving them nothing. They over here stealing from me. I'm not helping nobody no more. But then I was like, no, I'm supposed to be helping people. But all of that information was in the course. And I'm still sitting on it, but let's see. Yeah, no, spend your trademark money on packaging, on marketing stuff. I don't even have, I ran out, but spend that money on that and then get that stuff later. I'm searching for my jewelry, but I don't really know what to tell the vendor. So what gold is better? 14, 18. I hate 24 karat. I'm gonna just say that. But all of your questions are in my ebook. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but I go into deep detail about plating. Have you noticed certain types of pics do better for your Facebook ad styles, jewelry, white background? So that kind of question, I don't know what kind of jewelry you sell. You have to test it. So for me personally, videos do best. And I sell affirmation rings. So videos that show the affirmation on the ring do best. So I know what works for my brand, but you kind of just have to test them all out. Like some brands do good with pictures. There's a really popular jewelry brand called Ellie Vale, and so she was like the original basically of like she made stainless steel jewelry popular because it is jewelry that is waterproof. So if you notice all of her Facebook ad creatives, like the girl is in like a tub or the girl is getting out of the pool, but it always has to do with water. So you just kind of have to test it out, and then she has her like brands figured out to a T, and then so she does a lot of photography based off of water. So you kind of just have to figure out like what your brand's going to be known for, and then just kind of like milk it to the core, basically. Just don't want to try to take the name. People, if it's really popular, then go ahead. But I don't think, and if it's not already trademarked, because you can look up in the trademark registry. So the good thing about trademarking a name is if you can show proof that you had the name first, you could probably get your name trademarked before someone else does. So, I would not get sales and then get your brand trademarked, but my brand's not trademarked right now, but my brand is kind of my name too. So, that's just not something that I would worry about right now. Let's see. If I want gold necklaces that doesn't rust, get green, scratch, what kind of gold chain will I tell the seller that I'm looking for? So I talk about base metals. So base metal like brass will rust. Copper rusts, brass tarnishes, sterling silver tarnishes, stainless steel doesn't. So you need to figure out which one you want, which prices you want, and then go from there. But brass and copper are a big no-go. Do not sell those. How did you find the agency for social media marketing? Any suggestions? Thank you so much. So I was on Instagram And so I saw an ad and I followed the guy that runs it for a while. And then I followed his agency for a while. And then I reached out to schedule and no one so I scheduled an appointment and the guy that was supposed to contact me did not contact me. So then I reached out to another agency and I scheduled an appointment. But then the CEO was like, hey, your business is doing okay. Like, do you have an agency? And I was like, I tried to schedule with y'all and y'all stood me up. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put you with my partner and we're gonna get you going. And then so the guy that I had a meeting with, he was super knowledgeable. So I ended up signing with them, but I found them through Instagram. And it's been working so far. It's just different having someone else's opinion. um, influence my decisions because it's been me and only me for so long. So it's going okay. It's just expensive, guys. It is just, when I tell you it is expensive. Yeah. I made the mistake and bought a small amount chains with extenders, but without my logo tags, and tested it. They're great quality, but I don't have my logo tags on them. I'm hesitant to launch them. Would I launch them? I mean, okay, you can launch them. Make sure your packaging is top notch. I am all out of packaging, guys. This sucks so bad. But let me see. Like, just simple things like your boxes. I'm all out. And so okay, so this is an order that's going out, right? Just like little touches with your logo, right? My boxes, I just bought these off of Etsy, and just like little things, right? So you can launch this first round without your logo tags, but make sure your other stuff is like branded very nicely. And then that next order, see how it does that next order? Just get it with your logo tags. Let's see. I've been trying to find an illustrator to help create a logo. How did you go about it? What do you recommend searching? So my logo was from a friend from college who was a she's just an all-around designer. Like, she designed clothes at one point. When I was skinny, I was her model. So she just is a graphic designer. So she did my logo. It's so crazy. I did a whole e-course about all of this stuff. I might just launch it. But there are so many sites that you guys can go on. If you want a graphic designer, Fiverr has some good ones. Upwork has some good ones. But yeah, and you shouldn't be paying more than like $75 for a logo, guys. So don't let anyone try to get you guys. Yeah, but I'm going to do a pre-order, I think next week. I think we're gonna launch it next Thursday. So if you follow me on Instagram, we'll do a pre-order next Thursday, and then they ship out that following Friday. So oh, you guys are waiting. Do you already have all your Black Friday, Small Biz Saturday? Yes, I do. I am going to actually do something kind of cool. So I bought all of these boxes, right? So these boxes. So what I'm gonna do is a lot of people buy my jewelry as gifts. So I'm gonna like offer like 25 people. So like these boxes. I'm gonna offer like 25 people the ability to buy like basically my whole line at like a discounted price, but I'm gonna individually package everything. So if they want to keep it for themselves, they can keep it for themselves. But if they want to give gifts for Christmas, then they'll be able to give my stuff as gifts. So it's basically like my starter pack. Like, so it'll be chains, rings, earrings, and then all of it like at a crazy discounted price. So I'm gonna make it like exclusive. So people like if they want to you know, shop for Christmas, like, and have just a bunch of jewelry, like if they want to keep it, they can pick the pieces that they want to keep, and then they can like gift everything else. They have that option. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for Black Friday. Cyber Monday, I'll just probably discount everything. But this order, guys, like I think I spent like $3,200 on this order alone to make sure it's in time for Black Friday. So I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Oh, and that reminds me, guys. Let's see. Okay, Jennifer, I'll answer your question in 1 second. That reminds me, there's holidays in China that you have to be aware of, because if you don't get your order in before when like China just basically shuts down like in the month of February, and it is frustrating. So make sure before Christmas and everything you get your order in and order a lot, because the vendors like they shut down and they don't come back to work. So just keep that in mind, because I learned that the hard way last year. Okay. Has it ever happened to you that the vendor is taking way too long to ship the order than it was originally noticed in the Alibaba? Oh my God, that happens all the time. They're not really lying. It's just if there's just too much, like, because the people that are quoting you they're basically like sales customer service, and they're not really in the warehouse manufacturer part. So it's not necessarily that they're lying. Sometimes I've had it like when they tell me a date and they didn't deliver, I'm like, yo, please send my stuff. My people are getting like frustrated. But that has happened multiple times. But as a business owner, there's just nothing you can do about it. Like, I try, I'm like, yo, like, you guys can't keep doing this. Like, get me my stuff. But like, and then like the more you order, the more mistakes they're gonna make, the more, I mean, it happens. Some people, sometimes they don't make deadlines, but really there's just nothing that I can do about it. I have to wait. And it's frustrating, but you just have to wait. How much inventory is enough to launch? So I wouldn't purchase too much inventory, because when you first launch, you kind of want to just see what your people like buy. So like my story is just a little bit different, but now like when I introduce new products, I don't get tons of it, because sometimes I'll be like, ooh, they're gonna love this. This is gonna sell, and it's crickets. Like, and I'm just like, all right, discount. Like, so you kind of just want to like purchase in small amounts, kind of see which ones sell, and then order larger amounts the next time. So don't get too much of something. It's best to just start off small. Oh no, the site is called Upwork. Upwork. When do you see an increase in holiday sales? Between definitely in December. And then people will ask me last minute, like around December 19th, like, hey, if I buy this right now, will it make it here before Christmas? Like, you'll get tons of those. But definitely December, make sure you're fully stocked. How many you got? Ordered necklaces and the writing on one side of the tag is not centered and didn't notice till I got it. Do you sell at a discounted or rate? Yeah. So some people don't care. And so sometimes you can be like, hey guys, this isn't like my best quality, but it's still great quality. So if you want it at a discounted price, it's up, and just sell it, but just still sell it. If it still looks good, if it's still great quality, they might buy it. Like, I've had tons of things so if you guys want to come over here. So like a lot of this jewelry I just use for like photography, right? So I'm like, hey guys, I have a few pieces. I only use them, they're open. Like, so you see how everything over here is like clean and packaged. But if it's out, I've been taking pictures, right? So I'm like, hey guys, I have a few items. They were only used for photography, never worn. If you guys want some of those items, they're up. Do you know those things go so fast? Because like people are looking for a discount. It's like going to like TJ Maxx. Like, like the buttons probably all straggly and everything, but you're like, oh, I can just cut that off and it'll be fine. People do the same thing for jewelry. So I've done it before, where I've sold the items that I've used for photography at like a deeply discounted price, and people would sell. How much of it? That's up to you. I can't, that's up to you, what you think is fair. Will you send out a subscriber email on Black Friday sales? I probably won't be on Instagram. Yeah, so if you've been to my site, and signed up for my emails, then you will definitely get an email. Let's see. Such a creative at the box. Oh, thank you. Don't worry about that. 32. Thank you. All right. Hi, Kay. Yes, Upwork. That's right. How do you suggest one test their target audience to determine the demand? Okay, so Shannon, going in, have your audience. You can create the audience that you want. You create the audience. You don't have to test your audience. Okay, let me ask you this though. Have you started? Because if you haven't started, you can create the audience that you want. You can create the audience that you want by the type of pictures that you post. You can create the audience by the type of like how you talk to them. So like the language that you use. So you can create your target audience. And that's kind of how I did. Like, so for me, I am a basic chick, basically. I like Zara, I like ASOS. I try to, when I post my pictures, I try to have that look. So people who like that look, they flock to my page. People who like my message, they flock to that page. They flock to my page. People who, like, I get a lot of bloggers who flock to my page, and I'm not a blogger per se, but my page kind of like, I give a lot of behind the scenes. I do like a lot of that. So you can create your target audience. You don't have to find out your target audience. So that's what I'm telling, like, you guys need to create your target audience instead of trying to find your target audience. Because if you can take the kind of pictures your audience likes, if you can talk their language, they will come and they will stay and they will buy from you. Let's see. Are you building your email list for marketing? If yes, what software? So I didn't really build my list. I actually didn't even know. I had like, I had so many subscribers, but I wasn't even, the only time I use email, and I use Klaviyo to send out emails, is when items are running late. And I'll just send out a mass thing like this past time, my inventory ended up in Louisiana and I live in Dallas. So I just sent out a mass email and I said, hey guys, your order's on the way. You know, a problem out of my control with shipping the order or the oh my god guys, I can't talk today. The inventory ended up in Louisiana and I live in Dallas. I got it straightened out, so it's on its way to Dallas right now. So I didn't really use it. The only reason I'm using it now is because the agency is sending out emails for me. So they are doing email marketing for me at this point. So, but I use Klaviyo. It's an app within Shopify, and it's amazing. What kind of jewelry would you advise to start with, please? I can't give you advice. Like, you have to know what you want to sell, because yeah. Like, I have some people, like, I have a jewelry friend on Instagram. She does earrings and her earrings sell. Like, I don't really do earrings. Earrings on my page don't sell. But you go to her page, she sells out of earrings. So, I mean, I can't really tell you what to sell. You have to know what you want to sell. I would never do anything other than Shopify, because I hear people, like, if they have like Wix and all of that, then you got to download Stripe and you got to do this for shipping. Like, Shopify just has everything. I just put my bank account in there. I put my PayPal in there. I put my address in there. They give me labels. Like, I would never use anything other than Shopify. I go in Shopify. I read my analytics. It tells me what products are doing well, what products don't sell. It tells me that what people are looking for when they're coming to my page. It tells me what they're searching for. I would never use anything other than Shopify. I think it's money well spent. It sends my customers thank you emails after they purchase on the next day. It tells them that their products en route. Like, it's so user friendly and I don't have to do anything, as opposed to, like, my other friends that are using, not Wix, but what's that other one? I don't know. Like, she's like, oh my God, now I have to send them this manually. Now I have to do this manually. Oh, I had to download Stripe so I could get paid. Who has time? Like, once you get going, you just don't have time for those kinds of things. So if you could just pay $29 right now for all of it, it's not Weebly. It's not Weebly. Wix. Squarespace. She has Squarespace, and she has to do, and she is, she's a service-based business, and she makes a lot of money. Like, her products are, you know, high ticket items, but even with her, like, after someone buys a package, then she has to then manually send something out. And I'm just like, that, I would never. No, I have everything on autopilot. So, let's see what I have. But Squarespace and Wix, like, they don't offer those kind of services. I sit here, I look through my analytics. I know what to order next. Like, it's just, for e-commerce, there's just nothing better. It's $29 a month, but it's worth it. It's not even that bad, compared to what you're getting. So, let's see. So, me personally, the interesting thing is I was making thousands of dollars in sales on Shopify utilizing Instagram. I made one sale on Etsy. Etsy is full of jewelry, so there's a lot of competition. Instagram doesn't really have too many, like, jewelry vendors. It's not as popular. You might see a few, but it's not like Etsy. So it's really hard to stand out on Etsy, and I did horrible on Etsy. I had one sale, guys. One sale. That was crazy. Okay, let's see, guys. Let's keep going. So sorry. Okay. Have you seen an increase in profit since starting your business? Last videos you mentioned to use this calculation price times four, times four at least. Do not sell yourself short. Do not sell yourself short. Because right now, like, because you want to keep growing, and if you don't price your items according, it's going to be really hard to grow. And it's not even like, I'm not ever going to be that type of girl that's going to like buy a Benz and then just be like, oh, thank you guys for supporting me, and look, I got, my dream car. Y'all will not see me. No, I might get more. I'll probably buy a house, but it's not even about like buying the things that you want. If you want to sustain your business, you have to price your stuff accordingly, because it gets to a point where you can't do everything by yourself and you need to hire other people, and you want to make sure you have enough room to do that. So multiply all of your expenses times 4 at least. At least. Okay, at least. Let's see. What do you think about competition in starting out a jewelry? I don't think about competition. If you guys notice, if I'm ever talking about numbers, I'm always competing with myself. I have tons of jewelry business friends on Instagram. They are never my competition. If I get on here and I talk to you guys, what do I always say? That month I made 6,000. This month I made 9,000. I want to beat myself. So I never think about competition. As long as you're not copying me, we are fine, because I really do feel like my business was what I was supposed to be doing. I have a friend, the lifestyle, she's doing her thing. She excels in her thing. I have this girl that I'm friends with in Puerto Rico. She is gold. She does her thing. So when you're thinking about competition, you only want to think about yourself, and you always want to see what you did that last month and then beat yourself that next month. So competitions really, I keep tunnel vision, guys. Let's see. You use what with Shopify? Oh, Klaviyo is an app in Shopify that it's like it sends out emails for you, and it's amazing. What are popular ring sizes? Do you order the same amount for each size? No, I do not. Popular ring sizes are 7, 8s, and 9s. But I'll order sixes, or I'll order 5s and 6s. I might order like 10 5s and 6s, then like 20 to 30 7s, 8s, and 9s. And then I'll order like 10 10s and maybe 5, even 11s. And that's only with special requests. But you can't go wrong with 7s, 8s, and 9s. Did I miss some questions, guys? I'm so sorry. No problem. I love Shopify. The analytics are unmatched. That is very true. I was surprised to know that even managers are using Shopify. It's awesome. Yes. So Shopify does that. Wait, so Shopify does that for you, sends out. Thank you. How long did it take you to create your website itself? Maybe like a few hours. Does shipping with Shopify give you the cheapest rates for outside the US? Yeah, I use USPS. I haven't, so there's other apps you can use within Shopify that handle shipping specifically for international shipping. I personally haven't like delved in there yet, so I don't think I'm the best person to answer your question, but I'm pretty sure there might be some YouTube videos on other apps that ship out internationally for the cheapest price. So I have to look into that. I'm not really sure. I hope you launch your course. It will really help. I'm tired of spending money on other courses that is not niche specific. Email me, guys. Like, if you really want it, I'll give it to you. That one chick just threw me off. Well, she blocked me, so I'm not gonna even worry about her, but yeah, just email me. I'll give you the information. Let's see. Do you use TikTok to advertise? I did one TikTok video. It is time consuming. I feel like I'm so old. I am not cool anymore. TikTok was just not my jam. I was like, no, I don't know. It just wasn't. I couldn't get it. I feel so old. I'm just not cool. I'm not that cool. I do know a lot of jewelers are on TikTok though. So behind the scenes is huge for jewelry companies on TikTok. Like I guess a lot of people watch people like shipping orders. So it's really, really big on TikTok. You can do a lot of things. It just, for me, sitting down and trying to edit that thing for it to at least look halfway decent, it was just not my specialty. But TikTok, I will not discourage you from going on TikTok. It is very beneficial for some people. So definitely check it out. Just for me, I just couldn't do it, but definitely I know it's helpful for some other people. So TikToks, and even the new feature on Instagram, not stories, but the other one. I can't even think, but that one's supposed to be really good. Let's see. I missed why you said multiply by 4. Okay, so when you start expanding, you're gonna need the extra income to put back into your business. So like when I started paying for the agency, I had to pay, so the agency itself costs $2,500. So I have to pay $2,500 a month, and then plus adding Instagram ads on, we're spending at least $1,500 a month, right? So that's already, but if I was just going by, if I was just multiplying my product by 3, I have a, and I don't really charge that much for my rings in the first place, but it doesn't give me a marketing budget. So you want to be able to pay for the ring itself. You want to be able to pay for the marketing of the ring. You want to be able to pay for the shipping and you want to give your customer the best experience. So if you short sell yourself and you don't price it correctly, you won't be able to give your customer the best experience shopping with you, because money will be so tight. You're not going to be able to do anything. So that's why you want to at least multiply it by 4. So you have enough money to cover the ring. You have enough money to buy inventory again. And then you want to have enough money to market and do all of the things that you need to do to make your brand successful. So that's why I say by 4 at least. And it's not even like you should be pocketing, and to pay yourself. That's what you need to market it by 4. But when you start growing, your expenses become so much. And I don't think people realize that, is that the cost of sustaining the business, not even just getting it started, but to sustain the business, it costs money. So now I know why all of these other brands charge more, especially if they have employees. It's just me by myself, but I've hired like a team, and even that I'm using my full-time job to pay for the expenses of the team and getting my business to where in my mind I see it. So you just don't want to short sell yourself. Do not short sell yourself, especially if the quality is there. And it is a product, like it's a product that sells out, and so you know that the product is proven. Do not sell yourself short. Okay, let's see. Once you receive your product and it's not what you ordered, for instance, 14 karat gold versus 18 karat plated, and the company will not correct the issue, what do you do? Have you had this issue? I've never had that issue. But I will say, if you are ordering something that is quick ship or on Alibaba, or I think that's what it's called, like ready to ship, then I can expect it to be 18 karat gold. Most people who do 14 karat gold, you have to have like a certain number. Like when I order 14 karat gold, it's because I'm ordering over 100. And so that's kind of, but okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, so this item was one of their like ready to ship items, right? It's a herringbone chain, 14 karat gold. There's no like personalization, right? But I only buy 50. I like this. My followers and my customers liked this, so I ended up placing another order for 100, and now they're gonna give it to me in 14 karat gold. But that's because I placed the order of 100. This one I placed an order of 100, so this is the 14 karat gold. It's pretty, but I placed the order of 100 beforehand. But this was a quick ship item, and this was 18 karat gold. I mean, it's still pretty. Don't get me wrong. I think my vendor does really good 18 karat gold, but it's just way too gold. I don't like it. I love 14 karat. So it might just be the order. They might want a certain quality before they do 14 karat gold because they normally just don't do it. So I don't know why. I think 18 karat gold is too gold. It might just be too gold for my complexion, but I don't know. Let's see. Yay. Okay, what is a common necklace length and chain length for females or males? So I'm not really sure about males. For females, this one is 16 inches long with a 2-inch extender and a logo tag, right? So I'm 5'9", so this necklace sits like right here. So hold on. Oops. Sorry guys, my nails. So this is 16 inches with a 2-inch extender. So it sits right here. This one, I'm not gonna put it on right now, but it's basically the same. Now I do offer boyfriend length. So if I ever offer a chain that's boyfriend length, I normally get it 22 inches with a 3-inch extender, and it normally falls like right here. So for females, I would stay within the 16 to 18 length for something that you want to fall on their collarbone. Something a little bit longer, I'd get 22 inches. Let's see. All right, could you spell that email app that you're referring to when using, yeah, let me find it. Shopify. It's called Klaviyo. Where is it? Klaviyo. Klaviyo. Email marketing. Okay. Listen, after I was this close to never coming back to YouTube. I was so mad at her. Okay, I have a slight hearing impairment, so just want to make sure I know what I'm looking for. Oh, no problem. How do you feel about doing every release with a discount, or can you just drop a new item full price? I've done both. So sometimes for like a pre-sale, like my rings sell fast, right? So I kind of encourage them. I'm like, hey guys, if you do the pre-sale today, I'll give you free shipping. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, we have products, and then they just buy. Just test out your audience and see what happens. I think that's just the only thing that you can do, is just test out the audience. Okay, I feel so old. My birthday was last week, and I went out. I was home by like 11, and I slept so good. Hi Raquel. So finally I caught you live. Oh. How do you determine the thickness of a chain for a pendant? That's not my specialty. The thickness of the chain depends on what kind of look I'm going for. So, or what kind of chain it is. So like, I think this one's 6 inches, but, or sorry, not 6 inches, 6 millimeters. But this chain is 10 millimeters. And so it all depends on what kind of look I'm going for. You know what I mean? And this sold out in gold, but this one's 10 millimeters wide. So maybe you could do between 1 and 3 millimeters is usually good for a pendant. But it just all depends on what kind of look you're going for too. Let's see. Hey from Cyprus. Oh, thanks guys. All right, we've been on here for about an hour. You guys have any other questions? Rings are so expensive to start with. Oh, they're very expensive. I do not think they would charge mold feed for every size. No, they don't charge mold feeds for every size. Every size, yeah. So rings is what I wanted to do, so I just did it. That's another thing, like people ask me like, how do you do this for cheap? I'm like, jewelry is just not the business to do for cheap. You have to really want to do jewelry. It is expensive to start. I have fun doing it though. Like, jewelry is fun for me. But it's not something that you can just, even if you are buying vendor lists, which I really don't suggest anybody buy vendors lists, but you just have to want to do it. You have to want to spend the money. And then another thing that you guys can look forward to is once you start making sales, Shopify has this new, capital program, and I did it, and I was able to buy capital for my business to be able to pay for the marketing agency. So once you start selling and you sell often, and I think you have to hit a certain threshold a month, Shopify will offer you capital to keep going. So like you can choose you can choose a certain amount, like they'll give you 3, and the interest will either be like 10%, 14%, or no, sorry, not the interest. The interest is actually really low, but each day they'll either take 10% of the sales, 14% of the sales, or 17%, depending on which, like if you take a little bit of money, you take a moderate amount of money, or you take a lot of money. So I always go with a little bit, but that's how I was able to pay for some of the marketing agencies, because Shopify offers you money. They offer you capital, and all they do. So let me see if I can show you. But they just take. Thank you. They just take a little bit of money each day. It's nothing crazy. It's like 10%. Okay, yeah, guys, I do still do calls. I haven't really done them that much, but this month, but I still do calls if you need it. Let's see. And yeah, so Shopify will offer you capital once you start making money. So if you want to keep going, then that is one option that you guys can look forward to, is Shopify Capital. And do some research there should be some videos on it on YouTube. Just type in Shopify Capital, and that can help you continue to grow. So that's definitely something. And I just pay 10% of my sales back. So like, let's see. So like if I made 200 a day, then I would just give them $20. And then you just pay them back each day. So it's helpful. It's definitely helpful if you want to continue to grow. So Shopify Capital, that's definitely something that you can look forward to, because rings are expensive. So the manufacturer I contacted said For example, size 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are 5 sizes. So that means 5 molds in total. I've never heard 5 molds in total. I will not pay that. But yeah, 5 molds? No. Well, so maybe, I don't know. So when I paid a mold fee, I paid $80. So I don't know what your total is. I would not pay $80 times 5. That's what I mean. So I don't know if they gave me, like, I don't know what that $80 consists of. I started off with 2 sizes, and then I went and I now do 5 between size 5 and 11. So I'm not sure, but depending on what the total was, I don't think I paid for 5 mold or for 5 mold fees. I don't know. My mold fee was $80. And a lot of my mold fees were between between $60 and $80. So, not sure. All right, guys. If that is all, I think we're going to stop right there. Okay. Any last questions before I get off? Any last questions? Alrighty. I think we're done for today. I'll try to come back next week and see what you guys are working on and see how that's going. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.